Yes, say what you say. I can ground pound all day, especially laid with a pretty face, small waist. I'd rather stand here, share your space with you. Collar tie, Muay Thai, I wanna lie with you. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm the truth. Get my full mount, side mount, what do? I wanna take you, controlled by the wrist. We can go rounds 3, 4, 5, 6 in the clinch. Yeah, we in the clinch, baby. Best believe me, we in the clinch. You and I, we in the clinch, baby. Say what you say.
Oops, up off it. Yeah, Mr. Grinch. Man, Merry Christmas, dude. Up off. What's up, my people? This is Show. Don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Tez, what's going on with you? E-boy. What's going on with you? Oops. All right, man. Look, first I want to say this. Hit the Tyson bell. Ah! So, I know you guys heard it already. Yesterday I took some time off, kinda. I did the facility Lomachenko. I hope you guys like that. I did that video. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. It's on my channel, so please check it out. And I know there's been a lot of media out about Deontay the Bronze Bomber speaking retirement on Cold as Balls with Kevin Hart. You gotta love Kevin Hart. The funny thing and you guys got to see that interview, okay? The funny thing about that is Kevin Hart tried to throw in some very crafty, clever, witty, fun jokes. And only I caught it. A lot of you who watch boxing big time, Wilder fans and stuff like that, caught it. Hit the Tyson bell. But I think it kind of went the way he didn't get a chance to really hone the jokes because Wilder come back or he'd laugh or something like that. But there were some funny jokes with not being able to breathe behind the mask. You guys just got to check it out. You guys got to check it out. You saw that, Tiz? Just little funny shit he was throwing in there. Kevin Hart is fantastic, man. He's a fantastic person. And so is Wilder. Look, I may come from a different perspective, but that's why you guys come here, okay? ShowBizz The Morning Podcast, and thank you so much for showing up. I'll probably be coming with a different perspective here. I want to say this overall, that Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, in my opinion, will retire. Hit the Tyson bell. I think he will retire. If he doesn't, fine. That means that he got that itch, right? that fighter warrior itch. You just can't stop, right? I think he will retire. Speak it, believe it, achieve it. He's already speaking retirement into existence. Something that you never really heard Wilder. Wilder never spoke die. Right, hit the Tyson bell. Wilder always extremely optimistic. He always speak accomplishing things. He hardly ever speak doubt. And he spoke doubt, meaning that there's more than doubt in there. We're going to discuss why here, or my reasons why, and we're going to throw that around. We're going to speak on that a lot. Also, Tyson Gypsy Fury is talking knockouts and beating these bombs and your sausage and doing all the stuff that Tyson Fury does. He's talking about the WBC has mandated finally Dillian Whyte. He was never really mandated for Wilder. There was always a thing. He was number one, but never really mandated officially. There were always things. And he had to go back and fight Oscar Rivas and become interim champion. Then that whole where's the big trample? All these things finally mandated to fight for the ship. Tyson Gypsy Fury talking about how he's going to knock him out. He's gotten better, but he's going to knock him out. Also, it doesn't matter. He'll knock out Joshua. He'll knock out Usyk. It really doesn't matter. And in that interview, it looked like a down day. You know, he's bipolar. He goes up and down. Kind of looked like a down day, but he still fought through the interview. So shout out to Tyson Fury for getting through that. I know that can be hard. when you're just not, when you have that mental health issue. But with that said, we'll talk Wilder first, foremost, and probably mostly. And then we'll carry on to Tyson Gypsy King Fury. And that's the Grinch. 2 sugars. All right, man. Hit the like button. Everybody, if you haven't hit the like, hit the like. Let's get over to it.
Hit the like. Your fingers over here be like. There's nothing to hit the like. You know what you like.
Oh, did you hear what Punch Drunk said about Simone Biles? No. Honestly, Punch Drunk seems to be doing okay. I got a report from Punch Drunk that or someone who speaks with Punch that he's texting now and he's fine. So we love you, boy. As far as what he said about some, the issue is I'm so busy working myself. I'm not keen in like you guys are on us, right? From YouTuber to YouTuber, we don't really, I can only speak for myself. I'm not able to keen in on everybody the way I used to when I wasn't doing this job. So yeah, I don't get a chance to see a lot of that. Let me see what else. Good morning, ShowBizz and the community. Wilder has made great accomplishments in the sport. Absolutely. Hall of Fame with his bronze Olympic medal. I think he can be Hall of Fame because of 10 heavyweight defenses. Yeah, I think he can be Hall of Fame. I hope he does. So let's talk about it. Look, Biz, you were wrong for the title. But I was right about Wilder. And let me tell you where I was right. I said to social media, I said, you guys are destroying him. I said, you guys are going to end that dude. When y'all thought y'all were supporting him, I said, you guys are going to end this dude. Come on. When everybody was getting on me, ShowBizz, you hate Wilder. No, I love Wilder. What I was saying about Deontay Wilder, y'all were saying the type of stuff that would lead to ending him. I was talking about lifting him. Pause. Hit the Tyson bell. Y'all talking about the opposite. Let me tell you this. You were right. 100%. 100%. Let me tell you something. I wanted the best for Wilder. Okay. First, the reason everybody asked me, how were you a fan of Wilder? How? We didn't have champions in American heavyweight. Wilder brought that here. Wilder was knocking everybody out. I love a knockout. I'm sorry. That makes my day. I'm all about the bullshit. That makes my day. Okay? And Wilder made my day many days. Knocking everybody out. On top of that, his whole reason for starting as a grown-ass man at 21 years old was for his daughter. Me as a father, that resonated. My first child was my daughter. Hit the Tyson bell. You got to understand, when Wilder came on the scene, I'm like, that's my dude. Okay? For all those reasons. All right? Now, with that said, I went hard for Wilder, but people thought I was doing the opposite. Let me tell you how he was crushed. By social media, the pressure of social media. Deontay Wilder wanted to be one face, one name. Okay? Up until that last ass whipping. And I always heard that. I always wanted that for Wilder too. Honestly, I wanted it, period. I want undisputed, period. Okay? But I want that for Wilder too. One face, one name. I love that. Okay? And I figured the way to do that after he was dribbled off the canvas by Tyson Fury, the second fight, I said the best way to do that, if you're going to have Malik Scott, if your relationship with Mark Breland is too toxic to be champ, if you're going to do that with Malik Scott, I said take the step aside. Get to the bag. have a fight with Malik Scott. Yes, y'all been training together, but he has never been your trainer. Malik Scott did a wonderful job in that trilogy fight, that last fight, which is a classic. But can you imagine what he could have accomplished if he had a fight under his belt with Wilder? Slim 100 passed away. Yeah, I heard about it. I love you, boy. But let's talk. If he had a fight under his belt with Wilder. So I said, take the step aside, get to the bag, have a fight with Malik Scott, knock somebody out, bomb squad, Andy Ruiz or something, and then have that promise in the contract to take on the winner between AJ and Fury. And guess what? One face, one name. Speak it, believe it, achieve it. Everybody's telling me, ShowBizz, we want it in blood. You ain't a Wilder fan. Bro, the best way to get it in blood was to get a fight under your belt with Malik Scott. Run a marathon, not the sprint. James West, you feel me? Huh? Thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Run the marathon, plan, plot, strategize. And I was telling you guys that. And I was talking about life, period. Plan, plot, strategize. Bomb first. Hit the Tyson bell. Tupac, we love you, boy. That's how you bomb first, bomb squad. So I'm going to play something for you. How he sound before the third fight with Tyson Fury and how he sound after on Cold as Balls. Let me play it for you. Hold on one second. Here we go.
But anybody that knows Wilder knows I'm seeking one champion, one face, one name. And the faster I can get that, the faster I can retire and get the hell out of here. From what, retiring?
Yeah.
I mean, I got to unify the division first. Then we can have those conversations after.
Got it.
I mean, it's mixed feelings with that question, because ultimately, Kevin, I have accomplished my goals in this sport.
Absolutely.
I mean, I got to unify the division first. Then we can have those conversations after.
Got it.
I told my daughter when she was 1 year old that I'll be a champion. I'll be able to support her beyond her belief.
Absolutely.
And I've done that over. You know, it's a lot of things that I've accomplished that I don't feel I have to prove to anyone, because I've already proved everything. But
I mean, I got to unify the division first. Then we can have those conversations after.
Got it.
Should I push forward, give it a go one more time, or should I just retire and focus on the other things that I already have?
Huh? Hit the Tyson bell. Huh? Now, should I retire? Before Tyson Fury, hey, I got to unify first. I got to be undisputed first before I even talk about retiring. Anybody who knows me knows. Hump the canvas. Now you're talking about retirement. Huh? Let me ask you a quick question. If Deontay Wilder knocked out Tyson Fury in the third round, do you think he'll be talking about retirement right now? Forget it. If he retires or not, do you think he'll even be mentioning retirement if he knocked out Tyson Fury by the third round? Obviously not. No. Hit the Tyson bell. He'll be talking about the winner between AJ and Usyk, huh? No. So what I was trying to do before then, when I was talking to the community in the war room and trying to speak out to Wilder and do all those things, what I was doing when I was getting hated for it was trying to come up with a plan on how he can be successful against Tyson Fury. And get to the bag 3 times over. Take step aside, get to the bag. have another fight, Andy Ruiz. Big money fight. Knock his ass out. Get to the bag. Then come back and fight for undisputed. Get to the biggity bag. And you have a chance, one face, one name, and you got a fight under your belt with Malik Scott. Thank you so much, Tyson Bell. Somebody said Machiavelli, not Tupac. My bad. All right. That's the Grinch. 2 sugars. Chips and dip. But I'm the hater. That's what I was saying. Now he has business ventures. Thank goodness. Deontay Wilder is doing the right thing with his money. He seemed to have great support with his fiance, and they're very much in love. Okay. They coming out with that unisex fragrance. Beautiful work. Hit the Tyson Bell. I saw it, them two on the cover. She's becoming more of a social media presence. I know she had an interview with Wilder, but it was so long, I just didn't watch it. I'll watch it later. Okay. Probably should have done my damn job and watched it. And she's having people buy into them, not just the fragrance. Beautiful work. That's business savvy. Okay. They're doing their thing. So good. When it comes to the rest of his life, he's fine. I'm just speaking as a warrior. Did he leave anything on the table? As a warrior, right before the fight, a month before the fight, he spoke with Brian Custer when he was talking about becoming unified and becoming undisputed. That's his ultimate goal. All of a sudden, he's speaking something else. Let me see. I don't think he actually wants to retire. His family might be talking him into it. I don't know. But those fights definitely took something away from both of those guys. Thank you so much, Tyson Bell. I don't know. I know I've been 36, 37 before. I remember. Okay. I was in great shape. I never stopped being in pretty good shape. Even me at my worst, I was always in okay shape. I had a pull-up contest with ShowBizz the kid, Kal-El, my oldest son, last night. It was hysterical. But I remember when things were different when I got out of bed, aching more after a workout. I remember things start changing a bit. You know, you start getting those changes time and time again. It's like his hand is in a cast, right? What did I tell you about Keith one time? Doing it. I brought up those things. You start feeling civilized and domestic. You've been domesticated. You know, his now this was months ago, I'm pretty sure, when they filmed it, because his hand, that was right after his hand was being broke or whatever. But his other hand looks like shit too. His other hand, you know, looks like a rabbit's foot. Okay, it's been broken so many times. All right. So you got that's arthritis. You got these physical injuries that's doing nothing but building up. And this is right hand. All right. This is iron fist. You know, you break iron fist. All right. So yeah, I just think, you know, you feel this injury here, feel this injury there. You see your loving family, your kids. Start chilling, bro. It's not like it was when he was 27. His heart is beating different. And, you know, the taste for blood just started getting stale. It's like, I put it out there. But the pressure from social media made him want to prove something else. You could tell he was listening. Deontay Wilder was always listening. He came here to the war room and was listening. The great thing about Wilder, and I'm going to tell you guys this before I start reading your super chats, I'm going to tell you this. The great thing about Wilder is Wilder's a good guy. Oh, yes. Ah! Wilder's a good guy. I've always said that. Wilder's a good dude. And when Wilder, you know, come here or whatever, he heard us. But there was a promise he made, and he was going to fulfill that. Let me see. Facts, Biz. The ventures aid in his retirement. How should Fury approach Whyte? His classic boxing style, or trying to bum rush him like he did Wilder? We'll talk about that in a minute. But thank you so much for the question. Let me see. sometimes family becomes more important than other things. Every time it does. It was his kid that made him start fighting in the first place, his daughter. So yeah, there's different means to an end. And at that point, it was ride or die. So now that his daughter is doing well, with her spine and with her brain and everything is great, he fulfilled that promise with the rest of his family providing everything that he's provided. Now there may be a different means to an end. Boxing is a thing, but it's not everything. Hit the Tyson bell. Floyd Mayweather made that known for sure. Boxing is a thing, but it's not everything. And for some fighters, it becomes everything. Manny Pacquiao, it was looking like it was everything. Roy Jones Jr., until they start finding that other fight. Fighters are fighters. Inside, outside the ring. All right? So he's fighting. He has new battles as a man. And it's like, hey, I got the tools. Before he had no tools, just his fist. And that was one hell of a tool. But he has new tools to help provide for his family now. So you got to applaud Deontay Wilder for that. Let me see. I feel like I saw some improvements in his game plan in the third fight. But once he gassed out in round 2, he went back to what he knew best. Exactly, Money. That's why I say he needs another fight before then. Because it was exercise, but not memory. It wasn't muscle memory. It was his memory, but it wasn't muscle memory. So when things fell apart, when he got tired, he went back to Wilder. He was always going to do that unless he gets a fight or two where it becomes more muscle memory. Now he's going back to training. We train on this. This is what happened with the pads and the mitts, but not Fury. Not with another person in front of you there to knock your head off. He would have been better prepared if he had a fight with Malik Scott, where Malik Scott's like, oh, this is what happens under these circumstances. Now let me go back to training camp and refine those things. Malik had a great idea for the approach, and it looked like a good game plan, but let's put it in action. Look, if you get a supercharge on your vet or muscle car, or you get these new whatever, tires or whatever you get, take it on the road first. Take it on the road. Oh, wait, that's not a good idea. Or, oh, it's fantastic. Okay, I'm going to take it to the track. Don't just jump on the track. Oh, let me see. DJ for real. Everyone stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the show for about 3 seconds, which is how long it will take for you to jab the like right now. How much should I put on Jake Paul, BUSR? Shut up. It's me versus you, DJ. I got $2,000 on Tyron. So make sure you guys go to follow me on Twitter. That's BizAdult on Twitter so we can get to the bag. Of course, we're going to have promotions and giveaways. Of course, you're going to have a safety net up the anus. So DJ for real, wait a second. Wait for me to announce the safety net on my Twitter, and then you can know how you want to do this because the safety net is off the chain. All right, we already discussed it. Let me see. You see the Aldo? No, I haven't. I still haven't. Jose is magnificent. He's one of those guys that I remember watching and being like, this guy's extremely scary. He always had that scary look on his. Remember when he had the hair with the no hairline? Yeah, I've always been a fan of his. Everybody, if you haven't hit the like button,
Hit the like, your fingers over here be like, there's nothing to hit the like, you know what you like.
Okay. Fury is going to retire after a couple more fights. Both Fury and Wilder are family men, and I have a ton of respect for both guys, 100%. Now, everybody's going to retire after a few fights, okay? So, look, Biz, can you break down Bud versus Errol? I give my best. Biz, are you going to live? I do every fight. Let me see. Them body shots. Yeah, I remember that. ShowBizz. This is Mortal Kombat. He got punched out. It's time to go back up to the tower. You know, you feel what I'm saying? Hit the Tyson bell. So look, I want to play this again. There's 500 people in here. I want you guys to hear the energy from Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder before the Tyson Fury third fight, and now after.
But anybody that knows Wilder knows I'm seeking one champion, one face, one name. And the faster I can get that, the faster I can retire and get the hell out of here. From what, retiring?
Yeah.
I mean, I got to unify the division first. Then we can have those conversations after.
Got it.
I mean, it's mixed feelings with that question, because ultimately, Kevin, I have accomplished my goals in this sport.
Absolutely.
I mean, I got to unify the division first. Then we can have those conversations after.
Got it.
I told my daughter when she was 1 year old that I'd be a champion. I'll be able to support her beyond her belief.
Absolutely.
And I've done that over. You know, it's a lot of things that I've accomplished that I don't feel I have to prove to anyone, because I've already proved everything. But
I mean, I got to unify the division first. Then we can have those conversations after.
Got it.
should I push forward, give it a go one more time, or should I just retire and focus on the other things that I already have?
That's how life works. Hold on one second. With his age, he might have already wanted to retire, but the Fury loss was what broke the camel's back. It didn't sound like it when I played. Now we're guessing. I'm talking about from his words. He said, anyone who knows me knows I want to unify. So I got to go with his words and not just putting words in his mouths. We got to stop doing that as men. If you know what I mean. Bomb squad. Here's the Tyson bell. Yeah, I have to just go off of it. I'm going to take that man for his word. Okay? Look, this is how life goes. Okay? This is how life goes. How many of you guys, we all been to school, hopefully. Sometimes with some of these comments, I don't know. Look, when you start, of course, let's say high school, of course you want to graduate, college, of course you want to graduate, but you will start off saying, I'm going to get all A's this semester. I'm going to get a 4.0. I'm going to graduate with honors, right? But then life happens. You want to watch football, or you want to join the team, or you too tired here, too tired there. Instead of going the extra mile to get the A, now you get a C. Now you got friends who you want to hang around with, who now make you feel like a sucker for choosing to do the responsible thing. You go kick it with them, but late at night, you still try to do the responsible thing. So instead of a C, now you got a D. You go from, I want to graduate with honors, to if I could just walk the damn stage. Deontay Wilder, I'm going to be undisputed. Speak it, believe it, achieve it. Speak it, believe it, achieve it. Speak it, believe it, achieve it. I'm greater than Ali. Mike Tyson was overrated. All of a sudden, damn, man, they weren't that bad. I get it. I achieved everything I really meant to, and that was to make sure my daughter was healthy. You starting to grab substitutes. And you start looking at your current situation and saying, okay, I've done this in life. I've done this in the sport, but I've done this in life. I'm winning this life thing. Let me do that. And I want to say this. You're right, Biz. Facts. 100%. And I want to say this. And I want to say this. At the end of the day, as a fan of Wilder, and hopefully all fans of Wilder, hopefully at least fans of Wilder, everybody else, it would be nice. Deontay Wilder made an impact on the sport. Right now, he's a modern day legend. No matter if you like him or love him, you spoke about him. I told you, bad breath is better than not breathing at all. Deontay Wilder, you can't, when you think of knockouts, you think of Wilder. When you think of race relations in boxing, Wilder. When you think of excuses, nothing tops Wilder. When you think of starting late and doing something great, Wilder. When you think of that does not look right, that there's no way that's going to be successful. Bam! Bomb squad! Wilder. He is a very, very dynamic force in boxing history, definitely modern day history. He should not have worked. Wilder should not have worked out, but he did. But he did. And when you look at that accomplishment of 10 title defenses, a lot of us boxing historians feel uncomfortable that you have to give that to Wilder. It matches Muhammad Ali. Wilder? Ali? Shit. But he did it anyway. Hit the Tyson bell. At the end of the day, if you're a YouTuber, you made money off Wilder. Me included. I went viral with Glovegate. If you are a crazy Wilder supporter who's bringing up lies and clickbaiting or whatever, we all were doing. Our family got food on the table. Wilder has something to do with it. All of us made money off of Wilder's name. Hit the Tyson bell. Huh? Did we not? Did we not? If you were hating Wilder, thank you, Wilder. If you were loving Wilder, thank you, Wilder. Or if you were just sucking the blood, if you were just saying, hey, as long as I put Wilder in a hashtag, Wilder, Wilder, Wilder every day of the month, I can get to the bag. Thank you, Wilder. James West, thank you so much for the super stick. Any path to undisputed for Wilder without Fury, Fury 4. It's just too hard of a path because Fury got his number. Fury will always beat Wilder. He would always beat Wilder. Fury said that he was drinking beer before the damn fight. Fury knows he beats Wilder. He knows he beat. That is a bad. I told you about my cousin from Chicago fighting Big Eric. I told you that. He couldn't beat him. My cousin was a better fighter than everything. He couldn't beat him. Big Eric was just too big, and the way he fought was too much. They became friends later. Everybody, if you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button for a brother right now. Hit it for me.
Hit the like, your fingers over there be like, there's nothing to hit the like, you know what you like.
Ooh, hit the Tyson bell. Now look. Let's talk about Tyson Gypsy King Fury, okay? And we'll circle back. And I think some of you want to talk Bud Errol. We'll talk a little bit about that. Tyson.
But here we are. What do you make of Dillian?
He's improved a lot over the last few years, but the outcome will always be the same. I'll knock him out.
When do you anticipate that the fight could happen then?
I have no idea.
Because you want to be out right like February, March.
I do, but you're going to have to speak to Frank Warren or Bob Arum. I don't get involved in dates and stuff. I just...
Training when?
I know I'll start training camp in the new year sometimes.
Okay.
If I'm boxing in March sometime, I'll probably start at the beginning of February. I only need 6 weeks of training.
The unification fights always trump the mandatories, correct? Is there still a chance that you would want to pursue the possibility of fighting against Usyk if Joshua takes step-aside money?
They're all a pack of bums, as far as I'm concerned, and they can all fight it out between them, whatever they're going to do. I don't care if it's Dillian Whyte, Usyk or Joshua or Wilder again, whoever it's going to be next, the outcome's going to be the same for me. In my mind, the outcome will be the same.
Ah! And here's the thing. He's probably right. But let me tell you something. Being that right can make you wrong. Ah! You can mess around and get bored. Being that right can be your demise. Victory has defeated you, right? All right, so look. This one's for Big Air. Your name's there. Hit the Tyson bell. Thank you so much. Lost a lot of money betting against Wilder until the Fury fights. You were betting against Wilder? Man, it was hard to bet against him, even with Fury. He said more than that. Yeah, I don't want to get copyright strike. But look. When it comes to Tyson Gypsy King Fury, all right, it looks like that fight may be in March. But March, when it comes to Eddie Hearn, sorry, Eddie Hearn, March probably means June. But the WBC has mandated it. Okay. Now, I've been asked. Yeah, James West. I've been asked, how do I feel like Fury should approach Dillian, the body snatcher? Hit the Tyson bell. Well, look, I've said before, the way Fury fought Wilder, only fight Wilder like that. Get back to okay? The head feints. Get back to my boy Fury. Real change minister. Oh, thank you so much. Hit the Tyson bell. Get back to that. And that's the Grinch, 2 sugars. But let me tell you this, though. When Fury fought Wilder this third time, this trilogy, fantastic fight. One of the greatest fights, heavyweight fights ever. Ever. We watched one of the greatest heavyweight fights ever. Because it was not one of the greatest based on skill. Hell no. But based on big, giant human beings knocking each other off the canvas, that was it. That fight was more of the elevator fight than the elevator fight. George Foreman and Ron Lau. But I want to say, which George Foreman versus Ron Lau is considered one of the greatest slugfests of all time. That lets you know how good that slugfest was, Fury and Wilder. But still, Fury fought not like a genius. He fought like a blubbering mammoth. The disrespect he had for Deontay Wilder being able to punch off his back foot was atrocious. Stepping forward and it got to a point where he understood. Let me put weight on his neck. Okay? Do that with Anthony Joshua. You're going to... That's the black 2 sugars. You can't do that with Anthony Joshua. I don't care how down everybody is on Anthony Joshua. He fought a type of fighter that heavyweights don't see anymore, the type of fighters that'll whoop your ass. When I talk about you got to give love to those fighters back in the day, the Larry Holmes, the Muhammad Ali, the Joe Fraziers, the way they fought, they'll be running through these guys now. Just being big and slow, you're just getting your ass whipped. Hit the Tyson bell, okay? AJ was actually boxing beautifully against Usyk. I say it forever when you watch that fight, it was a beautiful fight. Just Usyk being smaller with the abilities. No, Usyk being smaller allowed for those abilities. And in doing that, it was closer to a 90s fight. But how Usyk looks is how heavyweights was looking. Hit the Tyson bell. They were like the smaller fighters, just big. Okay? With that said, when it comes to Tyson Fury versus Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte, do both. Dillian Whyte is going to fight Fury like his life depends on it. It's going to be Dillian Whyte's best performance. I'm saying that right now. How do I know that? Because Dillian Whyte always fight to the level of his opposition. Always. His opposition can be an A+ fighter. You're going to see a badass Dillian Whyte. If it's a D+ fighter, Dillian Whyte going to look like a D+ fighter. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to go up and down with Dillian Whyte based on his performances, and his performances are based on his opponents. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button if you don't believe it. Actually, give it up for the Varnell Hill.
Bring on this with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady, and then sign some autographs. The Varnell man can shaboing boing.
Shaboing boing. So listen, bingo amigo. Dillian Whyte goes up and down with his opponents. He's going to fight Tyson Gypsy King Fury, the best you've ever seen. Okay. With that said, in order for Fury to look good against Whyte, he got to do both. And doing both is always a thing for me. But you can knock out Dillian Whyte. Okay. For sure. You can hump him off the canvas. Jab him with that heavy jab, right hand, feigning, make Dillian Whyte move more than he wants to, and then lean on his ass. Boxing, make him stand on his own too, then lean on him, then let him go, and then have him follow you around and use his own legs, then lean on him, hit him with a right hand, fall into the right hand after, and then just lean on his head, push his neck back, push, and you know he's susceptible to the uppercut, so push his head down when it's just like you did with Wilder. You push his head down for a minute, as soon as his head got loose, then you hit him with uppercut. Don't hold and hit him, but you push his head down, have him bring his head, try to get out of the headlock, bam, knock his head back, hit him with a jab, and he's going to work him. If he put it all together beautifully, he's going to work him. The thing is, when you listen to Tyson Gypsy King Fury, he said, I only need 6 weeks. I only need 6 weeks for the sauce. I only need 6 weeks for the sausage, right? Well, victory can defeat Tyson Fury. Dillian Whyte won't beat Fury. No way, no how. Fury can beat Fury, though. Oh, yes. Fury can beat Fury. Just like we could talk about Errol Spence versus Crawford right now, okay? Just like Errol Spence is whooping his own ass. That's right. Shoe program. I'm putting cases on every last one of you. Yeah. I'm putting cases on every last one of you. Pine oil. Errol Spence is whooping his own ass, okay? Great fighter. But he's whooping his own. Hold on, and I'll tell you how. Do you agree with the sentiment that Whyte is a slightly better Chisora? Yeah. That felt madly disrespectful, but it's true. Yeah. Look, let me tell you about Spence. Hold on, you almost made me spit out my Grinch, bro. Somebody said Denzel don't let Denzel come out. Let's talk about Errol Spence, okay? Errol Spence whooping his own ass. This is what I mean. Errol Spence lifestyle was not making for a more perfect fighter. Let me run this by you, okay? Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte press conference will be legendary. That fight's going to be huge. I hope it's in the UK. Fury wants it in Vegas. I hope it's in the UK, okay? But listen. Errol Spence, his lifestyle didn't make for a more perfect fighter. Victory was defeating him. Got his own head, drinking too much, partying too much, flipped over in a Ferrari, okay? That's how he was whooping his own ass. Hold on. When you're taking in that poison, when you fight a fight or a fighter on the level of Terrence Bud Crawford, who keeps himself clean with a clean lifestyle all around his family, introvert, trains like nobody's business and keep himself clean like a fighter, like Floyd Mayweather. Okay, here's Tyson Bale. When Floyd Mayweather had to dig deep and find something after getting rocked twice by Sugar Shane Mosley, his body was so healthy when he needed his tendons, when he needed his reflexes, when he needed his ligaments, when he needed his organs, his lungs, everything was there and responsive and reactive. He never poisoned his body. His conditioning was great. When he needed it, I need it now. He got it. Bam. Boom. It's not just training. It's not just how you prepare for the fight. It's how you prepare in life. Alcohol and a certain lifestyle could damage you, okay? So wait a second. When Errol Spence got his stuff back together, he saw Manny Pacquiao and overdid it. The guy was hungry. And when you look at him now, his eyelid even looked less harder. He looks more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So I don't know if that was an old problem that honestly, I was talking to my middle brother, ShowBizz a brother, and I'm like, have you noticed? He's like, yeah, his eyelid is even lifted now. I don't know if that's through, I don't know if that was an older problem like David Reed and it started, and after that surgery, things are better. I don't know. But when he saw Manny Pacquiao in this line of sight, he ain't won a man more than he wanted Manny Pacquiao. He shouldn't have been sparring that damn late. Meaning, he didn't want to just beat Manny Pacquiao. He wanted to destroy him. Ugas messed around, beat the hell out of Manny. Actually, it was a good fight. But Ugas beat him. Showing you didn't have to go that hard. Errol Spence is whooping his own ass. We'll see, though. I'm hearing through the grapevine, and this is not facts yet, not even close, but Errol Spence versus Ugas, unification trumps mandatory. Errol Spence versus Ugas starting to shape. You need Ugas before. Beautiful plan. Everybody want Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Now, me too. But like I said, if you want to beat him, just like when I'm talking about Wilder versus Tyson Fury, if you want to beat him, boy, you better get you a fighting. And Ugas, that is the best opponent for you to prepare for Terrence Bud Crawford. And that's the Grinch. 2 sugars. Let me see. Big Charlo versus Winky Wright. Winky Dinky Doo, bro. Jamel versus Oscar. Oscar. You know, it's hard, man. And I love those boys. I love those boys. Let me see. He had the Forrest Whitaker eye. He had a verdict. Yeah, one eye was turned up, the other one wasn't. He had all those things going on. Hold on. I think I missed something, though. Somebody said something. Clean all year round, 100 Brent. He a legend. Ugas is no tune-up. No. Hell no. But Errol the True Spence is so damn good. Hey, I thought Errol Spence ducked Ugas' ass. For a minute, hey, there's been years. For 2, Brent was there. I'm like, oh, shit. I remember when Ugas was mandatory for the IBF, and that's the Grinch 2 sugar. Oh, my God. Flex on him. Flex on him. Pine oil. Huh? See. Pow. Oh, let me see. Yo, Biz. I've been gone for a while. I'm happy you're back, brother. It's Christmas. $50 go a long way. brother, $50 go a long way. So, because I'm deployed right now. Okay, but your videos are making my time here go fast. Thank you, brother. If I can do anything to help you, help us. Thank you so much. Thanks for the great content. Love the community, man. Well, brother, please be safe, bro. Please be safe. Let me see what else we got. Biz, did you talk about Conor Benn versus Chris Algieri? I got Algieri for the other guys. The other guys. I don't care. That's who you got, Chris Algieri? Fine. I got Conor Benn. That dude's a damn savage. And when I talk about the other guys, I want to say this. I want them all to be the other guys. That was the point. Somebody was like, you talked about the other guys and you made a Lomachenko video. He missed the whole damn point. That's why I talk about school. I want everybody to end up being the other guy. So if somebody can knock somebody down to their level, but Lomachenko does have a belt. He's fighting like the other. Lomachenko is coming across like one of the other guys right now. He's not coming across like, I'm the best ever. Oh, we could talk about Lomachenko in a minute too, but let's finish Errol the True Spence. This may go a little bit longer than I expected it, but there's a lot to be said. I wasn't around yesterday. 150 Floyd versus 154 Munguia. Tank versus Floyd beats Munguia. Tank versus Marquez at 135. Right now, Marquez is greater than he's a greater fighter than Tank. He had those by 27. See, Tank need better fights. I think Tank has more abilities than Marquez. Marquez was more experienced. He was a better thing by that time. Let me see. Spence versus Thurman next would be awesome one time. Thurman versus Crawford would be awesome. So look, Tyson Bear. We'll talk about the Matrix Reloaded. We'll talk about the Matrix right after this. So number one, we have to see how good Errol the True Spence looks against Yordenis Ugas. Okay. And Errol Spence versus Crawford. We'll see how Crawford looks against Keith One Time Thurman. You don't have to worry about Crawford. You have to worry about Spence. That's the fact of the matter. We haven't seen Spence like that. He only had one fight since the accident. Then he got injured again. Let's keep it real. Terrence Crawford, there should be a higher confidence in who he is time after time than Errol Spence. Errol Spence is doing this, okay? Because of the injuries. When Keith Thurman was going through his injuries, everybody was more concerned about Keith Thurman than Errol Spence. Errol Spence was like this. Now it's Terrence Crawford like this, and Errol Spence is like this. All right? So we got to see how Errol Spence looks against Yordenis Ugas. I'm expecting Errol Spence to look fine. Errol Spence is a special talent. Great fighter, special talent. This guy can go down as an all-time great. No cap. If you have the best Errol Spence versus the best Terrence Crawford, I'm going to stay consistent. Errol Spence. But we'll have to see when he digs deep and have to rely on his body to do what he wants it to do and win. When they both digging deep, I know Terrence Crawford can rely on those things more than Errol the True Spence. Terrence Crawford didn't, get into a car accident. He didn't have those bad habits, and he didn't, have a partial retina tear. He didn't. All right. Let me see. Crawford versus Mosley at 140. Probably Crawford. Now, for years, I was saying Mosley. Probably Crawford. Rolly versus Cruz. Haney. I got Cruz. I always said Cruz was better than Rolly. Haney versus Loma. Haney problem is this. Haney is a very good fighter. But the way he fights, and I'm going to say this, and everybody going to lose their damn minds because now Haney is the guy, all right, that everybody get on me for, okay? Haney doesn't have the power or the chin to fight how he fights. Hold on. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. JoJo didn't expose it enough. He exposed it, but not to where he dribbled him off the canvas. He doesn't pack enough power. Linares exposed it a little bit, but not enough. Gamboa couldn't do it, right? You're talking about somebody that's on his level, okay? Can definitely do it. Let me tell you something about Devin the Dream Haney. Floyd Mayweather couldn't punch through a wet paper bag, but his abilities were so damn great, it overcompensated for those physical, those things, the hard punching, the hard brick head, and all those things. Okay. Devin Haney probably punched lighter. He punches lighter than Floyd, and his chin is worse than Floyd, but don't box nearly as good as Floyd. The way he boxed, Sugar Ray Leonard needed power on how he boxed. Sugar threw himself in there too much. Sugar had great feet, all those things. He still threw himself in there, though. No cap. But he had the power. Devin Haney goes in there, throw combinations. He ain't punching through a wet paper bag. So he's not his skill set isn't his ability to not get hit. His defense isn't tight enough, isn't great enough. He ain't slick enough to overcompensate for it. That's why JoJo's touching him. That's why Linares is rocking. That's why all those things. Right? Lomachenko would definitely touch him time and time again. Lomachenko packed more pop than Devin Haney does. Lomachenko knocked out Linares with a body shot. He was knocking people out with body shots. Right? Knocked out Nakatani when Teofimo Lopez didn't. He dribbled him off the canvas. Lomachenko's power is hugely underrated. Let me see. Spence can't fight Ugas because the WBO gave Ugas a mandatory. The WBO, Ugas has the Super WBA, and unifying trumps mandatories. So even with a mandatory, if you're fighting to unify 3 belts, it always trumps mandatory. Okay. Let me see. There was something else I was going to say. Your analysis on Haney is 100% on point. Yeah, thank you so much, Tyson Fury. That's what disappointed me in that fight with Jojo Diaz. People like ShowBizz. How did that disappoint you and not Tank's performance? I know Tank got devastating power and Cruz just got a brick hard ass head. And I think Tank was on his way to systematically breaking him down. Tank was going to knock that guy out. I'm serious. He was on his way to systematically, and then he hit him. Shit. And then he kept trying to pull it. But that knuckle his hand looked like and that's all. And you got to give credit Cruz for that. That was a plan to put that brick head out there like that and put the top of his head while he's shorter so he could punch down. That was all by design. Okay. Still with Devin Haney, he was sit down and a featherweight Jojo Diaz was like, brother, he just kept going forward, let alone a Cruz. So I grew more concerned about Tank. Than Haney, more concerned about Haney than Tank. That's the Black Two Sugars. Let me see. What else we got? We went from saying who we think will win to a era of we'll see. That's the Black Two Sugars. That's great. That's great. Nah, Biz. Mayweather's opponents say he had power. Yeah, he did. He did. That's why I say he had more power than Haney. You got to hear what I said. He didn't have crushing, crippling power. He was stingy. He was stingy with it. He had timing. And he'll snap that head back, right? Look at Guerrero. He snapped the ghost. He'll snap your head back. And he did it with his feet. If you notice his feet, he'll take that step, that hop, bam, he did it with his feet. Oh, hell yeah. Hell, it was his speed, his reflexes. That boy was bad. Floyd Mayweather is a bad boy, okay? He wasn't going to crush you with it, but enough to make you honest. Devin Haney ain't even making you honest. Devin Haney's concerned about his power himself. Now, Jojo Diaz, he brought some light to the situation. Maybe he should move up. Good point. Maybe he punched harder in camp than he actually does in the fight. The weight cut. Fantastic point. Let me see. Hey, yo, ShowBizz, my daughter will be here in 2 weeks. Wife and I went to Doc yesterday, and he said she's perfect. Man, that's a blessing. We love you. That's a blessing. Thank you so much. Man, whoever you pray to or whatever you do, man, that's a blessing. Now, let's talk about Lomachenko real quick, okay? I know we're rounding out the hour, but let's go over a little bit, if you don't mind. Vasily Lomachenko versus Richard Commey. I'm going to try to do a bit of a film study tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull that off if I can't. I got a lot of Christmas stuff to do, bro. I'm running out of damn time. Okay, I'm like Jingle All the Way, right? When Arnold Schwarzenegger, no, I'm like Jingle All the Way, bro. Like I haven't been to the stores yet. Okay, so with that said, I'm gonna say this. Richard Commey, and I know what I said about on the other guy's video or podcast. I wouldn't mind if Richard Commey rocked that ass, dribble him off the canvas, just to level the playing ground. That's just end the year having everybody on the same level. Let's start this shit all over. I'm talking about the Infinity Gauntlet snap. Okay. But with that said, Richard Commey has a devastating right hand. He can box a little bit too. His right hand is devastating. Okay. Lomachenko's going to knock him out. He's going to knock him out. Lomachenko's footwork, accuracy, and the fact that victory defeated him. Okay. When I was looking at Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez, Ugas versus Stanios, it's a done deal. Spencer's out. Oh, it's done? I didn't know it was done. I'm hearing that it's not done. But thank you for telling me that. It's turbo time. Actually, we need to, no, never. Let's never stop because I just did. Huh? So now, so listen. Come on, y'all. Actually, it's past the hour. Forget it. So this is how I feel about Vasily Lomachenko. When I watched him the fight with Teofimo Lopez, this rang true. He had a bad game plan. I know he had a shoulder injury. He had a bad game plan. Teofimo Lopez didn't really do anything. He had his right hand. You know Lomachenko ain't doing anything. But Teofimo Lopez didn't really do anything. Lomachenko was beating himself. Lomachenko was hopping around. He said that he was trying to save his shoulder, right? So when he turns up, he didn't want to burn his shoulder out. That's what he says. But I thought it was because Teofimo Lopez had that right hand cocked. That wasn't even the case. All right? So they hopping around, and Lomachenko lost the fight. Teofimo Lopez didn't win it. Lomachenko lost it. When he turned up, now here's the beauty. When he turned up and he reached in that bag to say, now I'm about to turn it on and whoop Teofimo Lopez, make sure I win this fight. Teofimo Lopez turned up. In the 12th, Teofimo Lopez took that round. He took it. See, that was Lomachenko's fault. That's what your ass get. You want to try to turn it up now? Reach in that bag, turn it up. Teofimo Lopez reached in his bag and found out he was a champion. So Lomachenko, that's what he gets. I can just wait around and I can eat. You know that story of the baseball, the hard hitter, and the pitcher is afraid, and the baseball player is letting all the balls, strikes and all that. And he just everybody came to see him. And then it was time to hit that. He said, I ain't going to get no more strikes. I'm about to knock a home run. And he swung and missed. It's the rabbit and it's the turtle and the hare story. Lomachenko, I can just turn it on whenever I feel like. I ain't far more superior boxer. I ain't. Try to turn it up? Nope. So he needed his ass whipped. Everyone needs an ass whipping. He needed his ass whipped. Now he's on a terror. He's becoming an other guy. I need everybody to be another guy. Just another guy. Let me see. I don't think I've ever seen a right hand land flush on Loma. I have. Oh, what's that? A left from Linares. Maybe you got a good point. Flex on him. Live. Temperatures like 100 degrees. Like I got chains on me. Black male and family of 3. Been round of my destiny. Where can I fly away? 'Cause I'm too much for the man. Shouldn't have gone down this way. What happened to my master plan? What I can't figure out. I could have been a love child. Shouldn't have gone down this way. Tell me, how did I get live? Tell me, yeah. Ha! Let me see. Let's go, War Room. What's going on? Shout out to Biz, the best in the business. Thanks so much. Hit Tyson Biz. Live. My God. Let me see. Somebody stop this man. Somebody stop me. No one will stop the Varnell Hill
Bring
fight.
on this with a laugh under the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady, and then sign some autographs. The Varnell man can boing boing.
Nobody. And if you haven't hit the like, hit the like for a brother right now.
Hit the like, your fingers over here be like, there's nothing to hit the like, you know what you like.
Ooh. Everyone needs to be another guy. And look, I think Lomachenko is on a tear. He beats the hell out of Richard Comey. All right. If depending on how he looked. Now, what Richard Comey needs to do is keep throwing that damn right hand. I don't give a damn what Lomachenko is talking about. Keep throwing it. Throw it time and time again. Keep throwing it, bro. Because it has so much power to it. It's kind of like Wilder versus Fury in the sense that Fury is going to be a better boxer than Wilder no matter how you slice it. If you keep throwing that right, though. If you time that right. It's just that Fury's insane. All right? Let's see how crazy Loma is. Okay. So yeah, I think the funny thing is, regardless if Loma looks extremely good against Richard Commey, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity there to fight Devin the Dream Haney or Kambosos or even Gervonta. Well, they already said that Gervonta is going to stay home with all his fights. He needs a fight. Fight Cruz. Fight Cruz. Fight Cruz. Let me see. Another one. Another one. Ha! Ha! See? Pow! I'm putting cases on every last one of you. Huh? Shoe program. Who wrote the lyrics for Life? I have no idea. So look. Let's go back around if you guys don't mind. Let's work back towards Deontay Wilder. Let's end it with Deontay Wilder. Okay. Look, at the end of the day, if Deontay Wilder retires, he's had a fantastic career. The guy is, he's knocking on 40, bro. He's on the wrong side of 30, bro. He's on the wrong side of 30. And he's always had, thank you so much, James West. He's always had injuries out the ass. He's always had injuries out the ass. And you start healing slower and not as, why do I sound like Trump? You start healing slower and not as efficient. And you know, those things start to add up. Your body starts breaking down. And Wilder has done what he set out to do initially with his daughter. He didn't do what he set out to do career-wise with becoming undisputed. And there was a pathway to that. And it was not through Tyson Fury ASAP when you just got Malik Scott. It was a marathon. Not a full marathon, you know, just more than 100 meters. Okay. There was a pathway to that. He didn't take that path. I think the pressure from social media and what was expected out of him led to this. Right? Everybody was trying to build his house out of straw when I was trying to build it out of brick. Right, mama? Here's the Tyson bell. Right, mama? I know you hear me, mama. Huh? Thanks to my mama. Always told me. My mama told me about the 3 little pigs from my birth to a 40-year-old man. Still reminding me. Don't make your house out of straw. Make it out of brick. Everybody. Right now, Wilder. Right now, Wilder. Now, Wilder. Now, no. Get in blood, Wilder. Now, Wilder. Now. And then that wolf said, and blew his whole damn house down. And I was like, bruh, out of brick, 1 brick at a time. So when that wolf huffed and puffed, it ain't blowing shit. Hit the Tyson bell. But that's okay. Wilder's look like he's about to retire. But next time, when Gervonta Tank Davis is knocking on that door, when Devin the Dream Haney is knocking on that door, when Lomachenko is knocking on that door, Tyson Fury knocking on that door, Usyk, Anthony Joshua. When I say these things as fans in the war room, don't see it as hate. Hear me out. Because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to get to is the fighters accomplishing the goals that they set out to accomplish. You communicate to us, this is what I want to do. As an analyst, I say, oh, well, this is what I think is a pathway to get there. ShowBizz for adult. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. I got to take my ass. I got to go Christmas shop. I ain't even put the lights up yet. I need to put some lights up. I got a lot to do. Okay. Thank you so much for showing up. That's real biz. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, James West. And for everybody who super chatted and all those things, thank you so much. I will be back for the Facts Friday. Don't worry about it. And you know I'm going live for the fights on Saturday. We got a lot to cover. It's a beautiful Saturday. And ShowBizz the mother. Happy birthday. We're going to be singing happy birthday to ShowBizz the mother all weekend. I'm out. Huh? Love you, Mom.